Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Students, I welcome you in the social class. As we are learning our 18th lesson, governing ourselves, and we know what is the governing, and we know about the constitution of India and government and the constitution. As our India become independent, and they sets the rules were put down in the document that is known as the constitution of India. And our India is having a 28 states and 8 union territories, and state have the state government and central will have the central government. And our government is divided into three branches, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. And legislature makes laws of the country, executive puts the force laws into force, the judiciary protects these laws and settles disputes with them. And we have seen about the central government, that parliament is a law making body of the central government. Parliament is having a two houses, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha houses. And Lok Sabha is also called a house of the people or the lower houses, and Rajya Sabha is called or the council of state, and it is also called a upper house. And we have seen about the union executive. Union executive consists of the president, prime minister and the council of ministers, and the head of the country is the president, and the president is the head of the country and the supreme commander also. And president is elected by the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the legislative assembly, and the term of the president is 5 years. And we have seen about the prime minister. Is like a prime minister. As India is a multi-party and democratic, means we are having a different parties like MIM, BJP, Congress and that. So this means that there all are many political parties in that, and citizens who stand for the election and either members of a political party or they stand as independent parties. So the political party or a group of parties which is having a maximum numbers, who win the maximum MPs, will becomes eligible to form the government. And the party who form the government, from that the leader they will select, and that leader is known called the prime minister. And prime minister has been chosen by the members of the council, and the council of minister includes the ministers of the states like a deputy minister and the union cabinet. And the union cabinet are called the ministers, and the union cabinet head is the prime minister who runs the government. Now we will see about the state government, student. See, in every state, elections will help to elect the members of the state. So state legislative assembly is also called the Vidhan Sabha. And state, what works that the legislative assembly will do, they will make the laws for the state. And members of the legislative assembly, MLAs, are elected for 5 years. And political parties are a group of parties with the maximum numbers of MLAs will be invited to form the government, and the leader become the chief minister of that state and assisted by a council of ministers. And the governor is the head of the state. He or she is appointed by the president of India. Okay. So students, now we will see about the judiciary. Judiciary is the wing of the government which safeguards the laws, justice and punish who breaks the laws also. Judiciary consists of various courts. In that there are the series of courts in each state, from lower court to higher court. The state high court is the legal authority in the state. Above the high court we are having the Supreme Court of India. The highest authority is matters in law the court, and the judges of the Supreme Court and the high courts are appointed by the president of India. So here we are having a fundamental rights and duties. See, all citizens of India have certain fundamental rights which has been specified in the constitution. So here we are having some rights that all Indians enjoying, that is right to equality. Fundamental rights, right to equality, means men and women are equals in the laws, in the eyes of laws, and even they should be treated fairly, equally, if they are belong to any religion, caste or any place of birth. Then we are having right to freedom. See, this is the right the citizen of India have a freedom of speech and expression. They can practice any trade or settle any part of the country. Freedom of religion we are having. Third one, means Indian citizens have a right to choose any religion they wanted. Right against exploitation. citizens of India is having a such point, labours and child labour should be exploited. Culture and educational rights. See, minority groups such as Christian and Muslims have the right to set their own centers of education and culture. Now, the right to constitutional remedy. See, as an Indian citizen can ask to justice in a court of law and feels that the fundamental rights have been denied. Okay, right to education. Every citizens of the age of 6 to 14 years has the right to free and they should have a compulsory education. This is our fundamental rights. Now, fundamental duties also we are having. As we are the Indian, we are having some responsibilities towards our citizen. What is that? See, we must obey the law of the country and respect our national anthem. We must define the countries at all costs. We must protect our natural resources and preserve culture and heritage. We must avoid violence and protect our public property. We must promote harmony amongst the people of India. We must strive for excellence in all activities. So this is our some fundamental duties and fundamental rights which we are enjoying now. So here our lesson is finished, students. I hope you have understood. Read the lesson once and thank you. Allah Hafiz.